What's up, everybody? This is Renzi Jackson coming to you live. Just wanted to make a quick introduction for you guys today. For this podcast, we're going to be reading on some horror stories, so I hope you guys enjoy them. I just read the first one, and it actually seems pretty interesting. So I hope you guys enjoy as much as I enjoyed it. So let's get started. This one is called Slots Furnaces in Birmingham, Alabama. 5 years after the Civil War, Birmingham, Alabama was founded. With its birth in 1871, came to the need of for tons of pig iron to fix the U.S.'s crumbling infrastructure. So Colonel James Withers Sloss began to build Sloss furnaces. A year later, the company opened its doors to hundreds of employees, according to its official website. Jobs on blast furnace were advanced but also dangerous, and many workers started falling to their deaths in the furnaces. By the early 1900s, conditions had worsened with cruel foreman James Slag Wormwood, who took a dangerous risk to increase production, according to Reader's Digest. During his tenure at Sloss, nearly 50 employees died on site, and many others were involved in terrible accidents. Allegedly, his workers threw him into the furnace in retaliation in 1906. Today, you can still walk the grounds of Sloth's furnace if you dare. You may even hear Slag's voice yelling, "Get back to work!" and witness other paranormal experiences. Wow, guys, I want to walk those grounds someday. I want to hear that because that seems pretty interesting. All right, guys, we're gonna be moving on to the next story we got here. This is called "The Crying Lady in Dakota, New York, New York." Since its opening in 1884, the Dakota apartment buildings have been home to many rich and famous residents of New York City. Among them were John Lennon and Yoko Ono, who moved in 1973. John was also assistant assassinated outside of the building in 1980. Before the fateful day on December 8th, John said a crying lady. He said he saw a crying lady ghost walking the halls, and afterward, Yoko, who still resides there, claimed she saw John's ghost sitting at his piano, and that he said to her, "Don't be afraid, I'm still with you." Okay, that one was an okay story. It wasn't that scary, but I mean, the crying lady in Dakota. Okay, well, we're gonna move on to the next one, which is called "The Bell Witch," Adams, Tennessee. All right, let's get to it. If you're a scary movie lover, you might actually know about The Bell Witch, the films An American Haunting and The Blair Witch Project are both based on the story. Way back in the early 1800s, a man named John Bell moved his family to an area in Tennessee called the Red River, which is known as Adams, Tennessee. After they had settled into the new home, some particular things started happening. The Bell family began hearing some bizarre noises, including dogs barking, chains rattling, rats chewing, and a woman whispering. Soon, the woman became known as the Bell Witch, and many people believe she's the ghost of a former neighbor of the Bells, Kate Bats. Bats and the Bells had a dispute over land, and she had sworn vengeance on the Bell family before she died. Later on, Bell died from poisoning, and it's rumored to be the work of the Bell Witch. Wow, guys, imagine that. Imagine that you move into a place and you're expecting new changes, but the changes are something paranormal coming into your life. That's insane. Sorry if I don't make sense, guys. I'm illiterate kind sometimes. All right, let's move on to the next one. This is called The Ghost of the Crescent Hotel, Eureka Springs,
Creepy.
Arkansas. All right, let's dive right into it. Spend the night in the haunted Crescent Hotel in
Creepy.
Eureka Springs, Arkansas, which opened up in 1886. During construction, a workman called Michael was killed, and his ghost reportedly still haunts room 218. The hotel came under the ownership of known medical fraud Norman Baker in 1937, who financed himself a doctor. He turned the hotel into a Baker Cancer Hospital, claiming to have the cure for the disease. He did not, obviously. Patients who died under his care were buried right in the hotel's basement, which served a makeshift morgue. He was arrested in 1940, but his patients' spirits are said to remain because the hotel is still open. Guests often say that they see apparitions and hear noises during their stays. Sci-fi's Ghost Hunters even has footage of something moving in the basement. Wow, they even had downright people that that investigated and also heard stuff and caught stuff moving. That's insane. Well, that's gonna wrap it up on this podcast. We're gonna be coming back tomorrow to read some more. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I as much as I did, and come back for more. Love you guys.